Alright, this one I thought we're going to actually go over the name that I was given for these beings that I'm dealing with. Alright, first of all I've had to come to terms with actually releasing the name. Because one, it's a weird name. Number two, it took me a lifetime to get it. I used to ask for a name all the time and wouldn't get nothing. And now it's like I come through this little thing like, oh, this is my name, these are my beings, because I experienced them. That ego kicks in, and I got to release that and release this name because they told me it's time. So I'm going to do that, let people trip on it or whatever, or laugh, whatever, but I can tell you it's real, and it's what they departed to me, and they weren't playing around. Salutations. Alright, what I want to do now is actually release the name of the beings I've dealt with. This alliance, this federation I've dealt with, alright? We've heard a lot of different names from a lot of different experiencers. I tried that. When I would ask, it took me a lifetime to figure this out and get a name finally from them. And when I would ask questions, I would in telepathy, you can hit with telepictures and everything instantaneously. I asked, are you the Galactic Federation? Are you the Federation of Free Worlds? Are you the Association of Worlds? All the names that we hear in the New Age circles, all right? And even the ufology circles. And they would give me no all the time, but then not give me a name, all right? And when they finally did, after a lifetime of dealing with these different beings and seeing different ones on multidimensional ships, this is the name they gave me, all right? It's Extragalactic Interdimensional Cooperative Alliance. And they put the emphasis on the cooperative. And when this came through telepathically to me, I mean, it just kind of stopped my world. I was actually out walking one morning years ago, and I just throw up my arms, I hit them back, I said, are you kidding me? Man, that's worse than the Galactic Federation thing, or the Ashtar Command. People are going to laugh at me. So that's it, this is a joke, right? But they hit back immediately with telethought and telepictures. No joke. And they weren't kidding, all right? And they kept emphasizing the cooperative, extragalactic, interdimensional cooperative alliance, and that they go from the micro to the macro. All right, I didn't understand exactly what that meant at the time, but now when you see some of the different beings that I've showed you, and something else I want to just kind of throw out here, all right, is that I've showed 5 different ships on these videos. I've shown the inside of some of them. I've told you about them, all right? Know that you heard this here first. Most of these experiences I was having were not like the ones I was hearing in ufology. Definitely not like the ones I was hearing in the New Age circles. And it caused me to have distress. Along with the racial barriers you see in these communities alone. You don't see any melanin dominant people hardly even speaking out. More stress, all right? The fact that my experiences weren't conforming to any of that was more stress. So that's just why I want to kind of bring that out, that you're seeing a lot of this here. First, I'm sorry I wasn't part of the secret space program. I'm sorry Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones weren't showing up at my crib. I'm sorry, okay? My experiences weren't like that. They weren't negative either. And at this point, I've showed you a lot of things, so I'm not going to start going in the toolbox to bring out more things because the media is focusing on that. Suddenly, I'm out of stuff to talk about, so I was in Antarctica. I was in Earth. I'm not going to do that, all right? I wasn't part of the secret space program. I'm not discrediting all those people that were, these whistleblowers, but my experiences weren't like that, and I represent a whole bunch of other peoples who weren't either, all right? And you got to be careful. These people that are in the media right now claiming to be famous experiencers and making these brilliant stories we hear that are so detailed, you better be careful, because there's a lot of real experiencers like me that'll come out of the woodwork on you and will know if you're lying or not. And a lot of times these beings will tell on you. If you're not working for them, they'll let other clairvoyant experiencers know. So that's something I'm going to throw out there, all right? So I want this to be breaking from the mainstream, what you're seeing here. And not that others have not experienced it, but you don't hear many of them talking about it, because I tried to look for some of these things to give me counsel when I was having these experiences, all right? So just want to throw that out there. The Extragalactic Interdimensional Cooperative Alliance. So we're also dealing with some beings. When we deal with the interdimensional aspect, we have to realize that the Earth is like an onion, layered dimensionally. So some of these beings are dimensionally within the Earth matrix still. You know, some of these things we're hearing, we do a blow up like Hiroshima and start messing with the hydrogen bomb, and we start seeing Foo Fighters around that area after that. We're messing with the dimensions, ripping through the dimensions. We've heard that for a long time. Excuse me. We're also dealing with a lot of people hearing these mystery booms and mystery trumpet sounds and metal scraping sounds. That's going on all over the world. When I put a post on that on Facebook, so many people responded. I even got some videos sent to me that I could hear this hum. It was really, really eerie. But I'll tell you what I think. The fact that people feel it, the fact that people feel it, hear it, and there's no damage or anything outside of that, I think it's interdimensional. Part of that interdimensional war or some type of a technology that's ripping through the dimensions. Food for thought, all right, only. Let's go with a picture a little bit of the, once again, Extragalactic Interdimensional Cooperative Alliance. I've shown you these beings before, but let's just go over the collage a little bit, and I'm really kind of advising people go back and look at this channel for real and the different beings I've tried to present to you that are part of this alliance. Let's look at it. What's happening? Alright, let's go over this collage of the Extragalactic Interdimensional Cooperative Alliance. Alright, these are the beings that I've encountered. I've showed you all of these beings through the different videos. Alright, we'll start, let's start over here. Alright, with the Nordics. A different type of Nordics in the blue suit. We know I had to deal with the fact that I had encountered them, had to eat a little crow on that, okay, but it is what it is. They're somehow a part of this alliance, and this was a division of the charters. One form of the charters that I encountered every 7 years. So that's one of these beings. Next over here we have Zander. Okay, Zander is from around Abell 2256, which is like 700 billion light years away. Okay, more insectoid. He looked more like a grasshopper. We went over him before. I've had several experiences with him since a child. Alright, he's the first one to come forward to me when I was a child. Zander. Over here we have probably the being I've got the most responses on, which is Mana. Mana is taller of the species, seen amphibious, androgynous, I believe, both male and female, but I've seen her on several different ships. She's been with me many times. Okay, definitely a large part of this alliance. Over here we have the Andromedan Council members. I just did another video that showed actually a different suit on them that has a white stripe on it, and they didn't have a mouth on it. She kind of redid that being. But that's the Andromedan Council member, the little blue guys. Alright, over here we have the mother of the hybrids. Remember that she was actually a brown, not gray, she was actually brown. But she was on that ship, the organic morphing UFO. Okay, very big eyes. She gave me what I think a lot of other contactees call a mind read. So much I was smashing into that eye, and it was telepathically she was blowing me up. Okay, that's the mother of the hybrids. Over here we have these beings that were kind of coming out of these honeycomb cocoons. I'm sorry. They're light beings of some type, alright? They would go into that cocoon, they didn't look like that, but when they came out, they had a type of humanoid form. Over here, another group of beings I got a lot of responses on, I probably should do a video about actually. These are the Plegarian throne beings over that sector of space. They weren't completely corporeal and physical, alright? But that's them back there. So they're all part of this alliance. One beings that aren't on there are the eggs. I've showed you the eggs and the lights inside the eggs that contain different patterns of light and different configurations of plasma that are actually crew members. Alright? So those are the beings that I've encountered from that. There are a couple others I've not gone over, but it's not that they were from a physical experience, so I've kind of alleviated that. Alright? I just wanted to kind of deal with the ones that I've tangibly seen physically. Alright? So that's that. The Extragalactic Interdimensional Cooperative Alliance. Very much higher vibration. They are higher vibration. So much so it's hard to retain a memory when encountering them. They told me when I first encountered them that there would be 16 people around the world I would talk to that were actually in communication with this particular alliance, and it would grow in time. This is that time. It's grown. I'm starting to meet people. So anyway, I just want to go over that alliance to you, or with you. Peace. All right, real quick conclusion. All right, I got a little long-winded on that, but I feel this passionately. All right, go over again once again. The Extragalactic Interdimensional Cooperative Alliance. I got over my own personal problem, as in revealing that name to everyone. All right, so that's one thing that's helped me a lot. Anyway, I just want everyone to be aware of that. Once again, I want to just say a lot of what you've seen here originated here. It started here. It's not something mainstream. It's not something you're hearing from everybody else. All right, and that's what I'm looking for when I start looking at other experiencers and talking. All right, I can detect real ones, the many ones of us that are out here. So anyway, I just want to say that thanks to everybody for watching these videos. I've had a lot of people supporting me. My friend PC that films these, his wife that's so tolerant of me, also my mother who's no longer with us, many people I've interviewed with, Peter Maxwell Slattery, just a lot of people have helped me to get to this point. I didn't think anybody cared about what I was saying, but I'm getting positive responses. Got a little burned out of the negative attacks that come on YouTube. There's a lot of them that come around the back alley type that burn me out a little, but you know what? This is done. I do this in the name of humanity, in the name of the Prime Creator. Right now, things are bad on this planet. You've got young star seeds that can actually put the mathematical formulas I've shown you for these devices, these ships, and you've got others that have the manual dexterity to build it. All right, so that's who I'm appealing to right now. That is the best chance for humanity surviving and getting through this shift that's going on right now and this awakening. All right. Also, I want to emphasize the positive contacts. These have been positive contacts. They're not negative, like Ray Hernandez and the Free Organization talks about. They've shown 85% of contacts are positive. Hard data that no one wants to deal with. Anyway, food for thought. I'll do another video. If you like it, please please subscribe. Please support. Feel free to comment. I no longer reply to all comments, especially negative ones. I'm able to just probably delete it. It's a burnout. I'm not going to get burned out when this is free. The information provided here is free. It's in the name of consciousness and the Prime Creator. Peace! Quick wrap up, all right? I just want to say, first of all, there was a physical experience, but there was missing time. Hypnosis helped with this to recall what I can only see in flashes otherwise. Something else, that room, the biobed room, did not feel like a laboratory. To me, it really felt like a weather station, somewhere that a meteorologist would be working. So that's just something I want to go over with these, and that was one of the few times I was actually given a name of the beings I was interacting with. Okay, so I just want to go over those couple of things, show you that. Thank you very much for listening. Please subscribe to the channel if you like the work that's being put out here. All right. I appreciate everybody who's watching. There's a lot of people watching. I wish more would subscribe, so please do that. Want to give a shout out to Christine Dennett for the artwork she did for me once again. Thank you very much. Peace.